Well, okay. Good morning. Welcome to Morning Coffee with Sandy. Bailey's in his spot. You see him behind my chair? And I'm here ready to wake up and smile and start the day. Good morning, sunshine back. Mm. Did you have a good day yesterday? I'm not going to lie, I didn't go on an Easter egg hunt like I expected, but I did do some other fun things that I will share with you as soon as I get the sleep out of my eyes. I had a little trouble waking up this morning. I was tired, but it was a fun, full day, so I have no complaints about that. Ah, wow, they keep you in that waiting room a long time, Opa, but I'm glad you're finally here. So here's what my fun times were yesterday. First of all, just looking at those baby chicks, Philly and Felicia. Oh, Philly is named for Felicia. It's Philly and Frisco. And they're so sweet and they're so cute and they're so loud. They cheep, 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 cheep. It's like babies crying and they're loud. And Bob, that's the big chicken that we've had for quite a while. Bob is just so curious about them. So curious about them. Anyway, it was Easter and I was surprised that maybe I wasn't surprised. Maybe I was disappointed. That's a better word. I remember Easter Sunday when I was a kid. And I'm a Jewish kid. We didn't celebrate Easter, but it was Passover and Easter, and we all got new clothes, pretty little organdy dresses and patent leather shoes, and little hats with little purses that matched, and little gloves with frill on the edges. Do you remember those things? Am I like the only one who remembers that stuff? And on Easter Sunday, you would see all these families out walking together in all their in your Easter bonnet with all the frills upon it. Do you remember that? Good morning, Henry. I just remember Easter as being a dress up holiday and people just families together celebrating and all dressed up. But mostly I remember the little gloves with the fringe and the little tiny purses with the little hats that matched. They were so special. And I didn't see that yesterday at all. In fact, the tennis courts were kind of full yesterday, I'm not gonna lie. Although we did all wish each other a happy Easter. I'm sorry, I think there's a whole lot more to Easter than just happy, right? I mean, there's some work to do there. Okay, I'll stop complaining about Easter. Good morning, Jenny. Good to see you. Good morning to Philly and Frisco and Bob as well. Thank you very much. I grabbed this mug this morning because it's Fritzy's mug, really, but she doesn't use one anymore. But it's best Bubby ever. Bubby is Yiddish for grandma. And that's the whole family. It's a while ago. But there's Fritzy in the middle. See? Look at me with my short hair. Yeah. I mean, I'll show you how long ago it was. That's Max. And Max is just as big as I am now. And my adorable little great nieces and nephews, and my nieces and nephews, and my brothers, and my sister-in-law. Yeah. Frilly dresses and socks. Fancy. Exactly. Those were the days, huh? Do you have any frilly dresses? Do you remember? Okay, boys, don't listen. Girls, do you remember frilly underpants? We didn't call them panties. We just called them what they were, underpants. But they had little frills all over the butt. They were so cute and they came in all different colors. Do you remember them? Oh, they were so adorable. Apparently, they still make them in large sizes if any of you miss them a lot. I don't miss them quite that much. Happy birthday to Colin Powell. Now, I don't usually mention military people, but kind of like I love the Pope right now. unusual for me to be very fond of a military man. Well, I shouldn't say it that way. It's unusual for me to have a thing about a particular military man, unless, of course, they're, young and hot. No, I'm not. I'm joking. Colin Powell, I just always thought he seemed so much more statesman-like than anyone else around him. I just always respected him. Happy birthday, Colin Powell. I salute you. Betty Davis. I got Betty Davis eyes. Yeah. I guess she was a wonderful actress. I was never a huge fan, but I still, I respect that she was popular. She was famous. Pharrell, I'm saying his name wrong. Pharrell Williams, the guy who wrote Happy. I mean, how could you not love a guy who writes a song called Happy? Seriously. Be my hero. And I started reading a little bit about him, and oh my goodness, he wrote so much stuff. If you go look at his, what do they call it, discography, he wrote so many songs that that you've heard famous singers singing, and they were written by him. I knew that the song Happy was in Despicable Me, which I loved, but I didn't realize that he did all the music for the first Despicable Me. He was up for an Academy Award for Happy in the second Despicable Me, and he wrote all the music for the third Despicable Me. And it's all such a great, happy, uplifting. This guy should be part of What Do I Say, What Do I Do? He's like the perfect member for us. I can do the word art. He can do the songs. It'd be amazing. You couldn't possibly have a day that wasn't filled with some kind of joy. Oh, and by the way, for the record, I am not filled with joy 24/7. You see me filled with joy every morning, but that's because almost every morning I wake up filled with joy. Then stuff happens. I almost said shit. Ooh. Stuff happens, and I get upset and angry and depressed just like everybody else. I think maybe I get over it faster than some people, but that's about the only difference. So don't for a minute think to yourself, oh, I wish I could be happy all the time like she is. I am not happy all the time. I try to be, but it doesn't always work. Okay, what else? Let's see. I'm reading messages here. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Yes, he was kind of regal. Thank you. Someone agrees that Colin Powell had that kind of kingly air. He was very regal. That's a great way to describe him. Thank you. What else? Oh, you know how much I love when it's the birthday of someone famous that I actually met. So it's the birthday of Gregory Peck. Gregory Peck, what a heartthrob. Yeah. He was amazing, wasn't he? He was so handsome, and he was such a good actor. And whatever role he was in, you had a hard time afterwards, like getting your head around that wasn't him. He was just acting. So how did I meet Gregory Peck? It was not like through business. Well, it was through business, actually, but it wasn't for him. Gregory Peck had a son named Kerry Peck. And Kerry Peck was running for office in the South Bay area of Los Angeles, which is where I used to live. And Kerry Peck hired my company, Balloon Affair, to come and do all the decorations for his big event. So we were there doing the decorations, and I was chatting with him, and he invited me to come back for the event itself. And I was not only flattered, but excited. And I finished the event, went home, showered, changed, and came back to be a guest. And who is the first person who says hello to me and chats with me but Gregory Peck himself, his dad. So it was really cool. I not only got to participate in the decorating of the event, which means I got paid for being there, but then I got invited by the big guy himself, who I got to meet his dad. And then he walked over, and the three of us were chatting like I was part of the team. You know what I mean? It was cool. And he was so delightful and not at all full of himself, just talking about his son and the event and the area. And he was just a nice guy. So happy birthday, Gregory Peck. Meeting you was a joy. Oh, you know what else? 1923. Happy birthday to inflatable tires. Did you know when tires weren't always inflatable? Originally they were just these really hard things that rolled. Remember, think caveman. They took stone and carved them into circles. Yeah. No, but 1923. I mean, it's 100 years ago almost, but still. I mean, when Fritzy was born, Fritzy and inflatable tires were born in the same year. Hello. That's so cool. Fritzy is like an inflatable tire that never deflates. Yeah. I didn't get to see her again yesterday. She was very tired. Maybe today. I'm hoping. We'll see. In 1984, this is another one of those celebrity. Oh, you met that celebrity? The answer is yes, I did. In 1984, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar became the highest scoring player in the NBA. For those of you who are not familiar with basketball, NBA is National Basketball Association. So, why is that a big deal? Well, in itself, I mean, if you don't follow basketball, I guess it's not a big deal. But Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was once named Lou Alcindor. And Lou Alcindor went to UCLA. And he was a basketball star at UCLA. The same time I was at UCLA. And I love to tell the story. I'm going to stand up so I can tell the story. Oh, no, I won't stand up yet. I'll stand up at the appropriate time. So I used to go to the student union at UCLA for lunch, like almost every day. And they had doors, glass doors, all the way across the opening, big glass doors. And people would come and go, come and go, come and go. One day, as I was ready to walk through the center set of doors, they opened up toward me. And as I walked in, Lou Alcindor and his entourage were walking out. I'm walking in, they're walking out. They do not speak to me. He does not smile at me. But, okay, you ready for this? He is so giant that as he walks past me, he goes like this, and he goes over the top of my head. His guys start laughing. He does not smile, and neither do I. He just walks the walk like this, but his hand passes right over the top of my head. Well, I thought that was fun. And I told all my friends, hey, I got to see Lou today. Because he was like, the college hero. He was our big basketball champ. But the following Wednesday or whatever it was, when I came to lunch, you could see he was sitting at the first table with his guys. He had like an entourage of like 5 guys. They saw me. They looked at him. They all stood up simultaneously and walked to the door, opened it, never smiled, never said a word, neither did I, and did exactly what we had done the week before. He walked by with his hand like this over the top of my head. And that went on for an entire semester. So I don't know if you call that meeting him, because we never spoke. We never even smiled or acknowledged each other. But every day, the guys would be waiting for me. And when they saw me walking up to the door, 2 would stand up. Then they'd all stand up. They'd walk to the door, open the double doors. Lou Alcindor, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, would walk out. I would walk in, and he would go like this over the top of my head. It was my crack me up time every single week for that entire semester. It was quite fun. Yeah, a memory I will never let go of. What else? It's bell bottoms day. Do you still have bell bottoms? Speaking of being in college, I still have a pair or two, I'm not going to lie. You know why I liked bell bottoms? Here's why I like bell bottoms. Because remember when bell bottoms were big, flat? I mean, what do you call them? The shoes. Come on, help me out here. What do you call the shoes that are like this tall? Elevator shoes, like. But there's a name for them that we had because they were very cool back then. So I would wear bell bottom shoes, but I would wear the giant platform. Thank you. Oh, what would I do without you people? Thank you. Yes, platform shoes. I would wear platform shoes and bell bottom pants, and people would think I was 5 feet tall. No kidding. I was like a giant among men. Okay, not so tall, but hey, it is bell bottom day. So if you have them, or as they like to say, as we used to say in the service, wear them if you got them, baby. Platform shoes, bell bottom pants. Yep. It's okay. You explain this to me because I read about it. I don't get it. It's Dingus Day. That's a Polish holiday. It's supposed to be a very fun, like April Fool's kind of holiday with guys throwing water on girls, and then the next day, girls throwing pots and pans at the guys. And I'm sorry, but I thought dingus was a dirty word. Maybe it's not. So happy Dingus Day. Yeah. Oh, and they'd hit each other with pussy willows. Yeah, there's something that makes me laugh. Okay. April 5th is also Go for Broke Day. Inspirational message of the day. If there is something you want, if there is something that's going to make a difference in your life, and I know I'm talking to you right now, today's Go for Broke Day. Put it all on the line. If it matters to you, go for it and don't give up for anything and keep on going for it. If you've got a dream, follow that dream. Yeah, I know. There have been times when you're sure that it's never going to happen. It's going to happen. Don't give up. Please don't give up. Get out there and go for it. Today is Go for Broke Day. Persevere despite all the odds. Gamble all you got. And then gamble a little more. Gamble on yourself. Because you matter. And if this is something that important to you, it's that important. Yeah. I always know that when I have a message for you, it's also for me. And that was I have to think about, well, what's that important to you that you're not pursuing? Time to get going, baby. Yeah. Oh, National Caramel Day. I had caramel the other day, not a caramel, but I had like some caramel. You know me and candy and sweet things. I'm not usually a fan. A little bit of caramel sauce. It was quite delicious, and it wasn't all that sweet because I guess you can have caramel with and without sugary taste, and it was delicious. Dandelion Day. Do you remember dandelions? And dandelions turn into blow flowers, and when they turn into blow flowers, you get to make wishes. I haven't seen a dandelion in quite a while. I think the dandelions are just growing now. It's spring. Ooh, I love spring. Except for the winds. We get a lot of wind here in spring. National Deep Dish Pizza Day. Who doesn't like a good deep dish pizza? Read a road map day. Might be time to take a road trip. I don't know. And finally, it's National Peeps Day, which makes great sense since yesterday was Easter. Do something with all those leftover peeps. I've got my own little live peeps that I need to take care of. Although, okay, look, if truth be told, my job is just to admire them and adore them and touch them and smile at them. My guy, he does the work part. I do the fun part. And when they get a little bit older, I get to eat the eggs. Yay! All right, the word art today was let's all have a happy holiday. We had a Monday. We had a Sunday. We had a Saturday. We had a Friday. We've had Passover. We've had Easter. It's spring. We've had some really wonderful times. How about if we make the whole rest of the month a happy holiday? Remember what the word art was from yesterday? Every day is worth celebrating. Let's celebrate April. Let's have an awesome April. And don't you worry about those thunderstorms that some of you are getting, because those are going to bring the gorgeous flowers that somehow will find their way to the vases in my house in the next month or two. I love you guys. So here's a sip and a smile. Love you. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.